Right now, your brain is hallucinating your entire reality. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Did you know that Oxford University is actually older than the entire Aztec Empire? Or that there's a liquid that can literally flow uphill? By the time this video ends, your entire perception of the world will be shattered. We're diving into the facts that sound like complete lies but are 100% true. Let's start with something that challenges your sense of time. We often think of history as a linear progression from primitive to advanced, but some timelines overlap in ways that feel impossible. For instance, Oxford University started teaching students in 1096. To put that into perspective, the Aztec Empire wasn't founded until 1325. That means Oxford was already a centenarian institution by the time the Aztecs built their first temple. It's hard to wrap your head around, right? And it doesn't stop there. Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the iPhone and the launch of the first SpaceX rocket than she did to the building of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Our perception of the ancient world is often a compressed mess, but when you look at the cold, hard dates, the truth is far more fascinating. Now, let's look up. You might think the Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space, but that's a total myth. In reality, you can't see it with the naked eye from low Earth orbit without a camera lens. However, you can see the greenhouse complexes in Almeria, Spain, which cover tens of thousands of acres in white plastic, reflecting so much light they're easily visible from the stars. While we're in space, consider this, there is a planet called 55 Cancri that is twice the size of Earth and is composed largely of pressurized carbon. In other words, it is a planet-sized diamond. But don't get your hopes up on a mining mission, it's 40 light-years away and the surface temperature is a casual 3,900 degrees Fahrenheit. Back on Earth, the natural world is even weirder. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and, get this, it's still perfectly edible. Because honey has almost no moisture and is naturally acidic, bacteria simply cannot survive in it. It is the only food that truly lasts forever. If you're finding these facts as mind-blowing as I am, take a second to hit that subscribe button. We release deep dives like this every week to keep your brain sharp and your dinner party conversations legendary. Subscribing is free, and it helps us continue uncovering the world's greatest mysteries for you. Now, let's talk about animals. Did you know a sloth can hold its breath longer than a dolphin? By slowing their heart rate, sloths can stay underwater for up to 40 minutes, while dolphins usually need to surface after about 10. And speaking of unusual biology, the heart of a blue whale is so massive that a human child could literally swim through its arteries. Yet, despite being the largest animal to ever exist, its throat is so narrow it couldn't swallow anything larger than a beach ball. Moving to the world of physics, did you know that the Eiffel Tower gets taller in the summer? Because of thermal expansion, the iron structure can grow by up to 6 inches when the sun beats down on it. It literally stretches toward the sky. And if you think that's weird, consider the Leidenfrost effect. If you spill water on a pan that's hot enough, the water doesn't boil away instantly. Instead, it creates a layer of vapor that allows the droplets to skitter around like they're hovering on a cushion of air. This is the same principle that allows some people to walk on hot coals without burning their feet, though please, do not try that at home. Let's head to the coldest place on Earth, Antarctica. There is a region there called the Dry Valleys where it hasn't rained or snowed in nearly 2 million years. It is the driest place on the planet, even drier than the Sahara, because the mountains block all moisture from reaching the area. It's so similar to the environment on Mars that NASA actually uses it to test their space probes. But wait, it gets weirder. Inside your own body, there are more bacteria than there are human cells. You are essentially a walking, talking ecosystem for trillions of microbes. In fact, if you took all the DNA in your body and stretched it out, it would reach from Earth to Pluto and back. 17 times. You are a biological miracle of cosmic proportions. And finally, let's look at the humble strawberry. It isn't actually a berry by botanical standards because its seeds are on the outside. However, bananas, pumpkins, and even watermelons are technically berries. The world isn't always what it seems, and the more we look, the more we realize how little we actually know. If you want to keep exploring these glitches in reality, make sure to check out our other videos. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.